Hi everyone, so the PTR for Season 26 just launched, and what a better way to start off by testing the new amazing Raekor Barb. Now this build is actually just completely ridiculous. Let me show you what this build can do in the new thing called the Petrified Scream. This is basically an arena kind of playstyle. So you start off and you have like about 10 seconds before it starts. You can go around, you can click the panels, whatever. There are like 3 different panels in each different corner. You of course can save them, or you can just click them straight away. Well, let me just show you guys how amazing this new build is. Look at this. So we start getting a few monsters and we start blowing up. As you can see, we have like a ton of rocks flying all over the place. Now this is still pretty easy, right? We're still in pretty low tiers, and once you start getting more and more monsters, it just becomes crazy with it, like throwing all the rocks all over the place. So basically you want to charge it up, right? So you get charges by of course charging. So you want to charge this up to get a few more stuff, right? You get more stones, and then you can of course throw out your ancient spear bolsters. And look at this, boom, you can see all those stones flying out, right? So you probably to 5 of the charges per ancient spear, and see you get 5 of them just flying all over the place, and it is just incredible. It's so much fun, and it's so satisfying to play this new playstyle. Now this is just a random barb I just made in like 2 seconds. It has just completely terrible gear. Of course, I'm gonna make a full guide for it later. And of course, just using the Reworked Raekor, and then of course the new items that are also reworked for it. And it's just completely ridiculous what this actually can do. It is so much fun. Look at these stones I'm about to throw out. Boom, right? It's just so nice to play. You guys need to try this right now. Now, of course, the PTR is open for everyone right now, and we're currently in the new game mode as well called Petrified Scream, which is basically like this kind of arena where monsters spawn. As you can see here, this like overwhelmed. So you have tiers, and the higher you can go in these tiers, you're gonna get a gem at the end. But basically it's about killing monsters. You can get overwhelmed. This overwhelmed meter over here, if that reaches the maximum, you basically also lose. So if you can't kill the monsters, you also get overwhelmed, and you also lose the rift. So there's 2 ways of losing. Either of course you die, or you get overwhelmed because you can't kill the monsters. Those are the 2 ways you can actually fail this, but it's actually like pretty fun so far. The other is really rewarding. You guys can see me get a ton of paragon after this one as well. This is so nice to see. But of course, we're going to just make sure we keep our stacks on. And of course, the more monsters you hit with your first charge, the more stacks you also get. So you see we have over 30 stacks right now. It's just incredible. But you can see I'm now starting to take a lot of damage, right? We are now reaching a high tier, and it's kind of getting difficult for me to stay alive here. Let me just see if I can get this conduit thing over here. It's actually not really a conduit. It's kind of like a variation of a conduit. I will of course make a full guide for also how to complete and how to farm this new Raekor Nightmare season theme. But for right now, we're just looking at the barb here, and the new barb is just insane. You guys need to try this build out right now. All right, so let's just die here. We had to 113. We got overwhelmed. We died. But basically, once this happened, we can of course then click this chest here. We open it. As you can see, I'm 554 paragon. Boom. Getting tons of paragon rolling in, and we'll also get a ton of really good loot, right? We're gonna get some blood shards, some gear, all that good stuff basically. But I'm telling you guys, this new Raekor is absolutely insane. The only thing I'm really doing is just stacking some cooldown reduction. Now the current setup for the barb is really scuffed here, but I will of course make a full guide on it later so you can get a full pledge build for it. But right now I just want to show you guys how amazing this build really is. It is just so much fun. And of course, after completing the Petrified Scream, the Raekor Nightmare, you get this thing here called the Whisper of Atonement. As you can see, we got a rank 100. You can get all the way up to 150. And this can, of course, then be used for augmenting. So let's say we have our flawless rubies here, and we can have that augment like we do normally with everything else. Of course, the 3 flawless ruby, the Whisper of Atonement, which basically is like a gem. You can just level in the Raekor Nightmare instead of just leveling normal great. And then of course an instant item, and boom, there you go. Now that is just an incredible way to get augments, guys. Now if you enjoyed this video, also make sure to check out the video here, as we'll be covering everything there is in the PTR for season 26. And I'll see you in that video. Peace out, everyone.